Welcome to Conversion Conversations. This is Cameron, and today I'm really excited to take a look at the Transformers Timelines, Hearts of Steel, Optimus Prime, and Starscream. And look how short that title is. Man, I love that this, as far as I can tell from the box, this is not part of Generations. It doesn't say Generations anywhere on the box. It doesn't have like that Generation logo or anything. We can move that camera up. It's a 2-pack. And all it has is timelines. The minor annoyance, and this is like such a stupid nitpick, but it's weird that it's Transformers and then it says Hearts of Steel here, and then it's Timelines Optimus Prime and Timeline Starscream. I feel like it should be Transformers with Timelines as the subline and then Hearts of Steel here. So they can do, because they talked about in an interview that they're planning on doing potentially other periods of time for these. So I feel like the subline is Timelines, and then these guys are the Hearts of Steel versions. But that is, the minorest of nitpicks. And these are honestly just two really good little deluxes. I was able to get my box set at a bit of a discount. The retail price for the set is $60. And I'll say that I think that unless these end up being exclusives of some sort, it does feel a little high. I would have preferred, $50 for two deluxes, but I do recognize that prices are going up. Are deluxes now like $32.99 at retail? I hope not. But what we have here is a teeny tiny cute, it is very cute, steam engine. I love the smokestack. I think I have slightly mistransformed mine. This panel usually stays flat. It's just right now it's not. We've got some casters. I like the contained wheels. And there is, oddly enough, there's 7 of them, but it rolls pretty great. We've got, you can tell there's some robot bits in the back, but other than that, and then this piece goes in up top there. It's just nicely painted. I like the slightly pearlescent quality to the red. I love the gold paint. It looks really nice. We've got a nice little cow catcher up front. Just kind of like if you want a basic deluxe train engine, this is, what you get. And I think it looks pretty great. We do have a nice little Autobot symbol up top. Just good paint all around. I'm pretty happy with this in alt mode. Then we've got what I would consider the weirdest biplane on the planet. I don't think there's any plane that looks like this. It's got 3 engines. I'm trying to think of a time when this was a thing. It's actually like a tri-level. It's got the main wings here, it's got secondary wings here, and then it's got tertiary wings here. I do appreciate that this has casters as well. 3 of them, so it can roll on the table. And again, besides how bizarre it looks, which is accurate to the comic book that looked weird, it just looks good with some nice paint apps. I like the gold. I like the metallic paint here. I wish this was everywhere. I recognize that Starscream and we need that like white gray, but man, Starscream would look good in metallic paint. It's not a ton to like play with in this mode. You got propellers that can spin. You've got some gun turrets that can move a little bit, although they're not really supposed to. And then he can swoosh pretty good. I think he's got, we've got a good swooshability factor here. And I think they look great as a pair. I think they're nicely scaled with each other. These are, I'd say, on the slightly small side for deluxes. But they're just compact little interesting toys, and they have really good transformations, which we're going to show off here. We'll do Optimus Prime first. We're going to pop off the smokestack, which can open up. We can flip out this piece, and it is Optimus Prime's blaster in a comedic, like old-fashioned blaster disguise. I think this is just so charming. It makes me happy to see like how goofy this is. I really, really dig that. We can pop off the top of the train mode. This tabbed into the slots right here, but it comes off to form a shield. Then we can come in on the back, and the legs here tabbed in. There's a tab here, as well as tabbing together back here. Those can come out. If we can get this side, there we go. There's additional tabs right here that went up in here. So things locked in pretty securely on this train mode. We can flip down a foot, flipping up and around the red piece to form a solid leg. Same thing on this side. Flip down a foot. And what I think is interesting is for this time period, I think the automobile hadn't been invented yet, because this is like Civil War era, right? We don't have trucks. We do have trains. We can come in here and split the hip skirts up, which I really like the way the hip skirts look in vehicle mode. So it totally makes sense for if the idea is Optimus Prime is a big transportation guy, then train is the way to go. Flip out the arms on either side, like so. Come in here, lifting back this section, flipping it all the way out. Lets us flip around the Optimus Prime head. Lets us bring this whole section back in. There we go, lift it up. Bring it back, bring the arms around. And with that flip down, he's got a nice clean backpack. Yeah, so Optimus Prime, I mean, he's not very big, but he's so clearly Optimus Prime. You give him his blaster, you give him his shield, which I guess he normally doesn't have, but still looks neat. And yeah, we just have like a nice little robot mode. Starscream is similar in that it's also a very fun transformation. We're going to untab legs back here on either side. We're going to flip open this section here to make some room. That lets us flip down our crotch piece, bringing down these legs. Oop, it got caught. There we go. Flipping down the legs. We can flip out these feet. Watch out for these pointy bat wings, which is accurate to the original design, but is still so funny to me. We can untab the secondary level of the wings, and those sections, the connectors, will actually tab in nice and secure in another spot on the wing. And then we can bring down this whole section to give him some cool hip skirts. I do like the way that looks a lot. We can untab the arms here, flip around his blasters, which I appreciate that these the guns don't need to be removed. They just stay on in their exact same spot. They rotate, but they don't actually get removed during transformation. That's a really nice touch. We can flip out this piece, which lets us flip down his chest, like so. And then I think this section just comes up and out of the way. It doesn't really seem to, like, you can bring it up. I think that looks silly, but that is how the instructions show it. I think I just prefer to keep this out and back, and I think it looks fine just like that. And then we're gonna tab down those wings. And again, like Optimus, it's clearly Starscream. I think it evokes Starscream very well while also keeping his own identity. Unfortunately, there we go. Nice deep knee bend. You know what I didn't do? I didn't transform his knees. Now that we have that, I bet you Starscream's not taller than Optimus Prime. Nope. So, with those knees transformed, we have two great looking figures here. I appreciate the svelte look that both of them have. I appreciate their articulation. Optimus Prime, I love that face sculpt. I love those rivets on his face and the rivets on his body. You know, he's got 360 motion on the shoulder. If you take off, or we can use this one instead. Unfortunately, things clash, so you can't get too high on the shoulder, which is a bit of a shame. He does have bicep swivel. He doesn't have wrist swivel, which is a disappointment. He does have waist swivel, as well as if you get his arms out of the way, he can full Van Damme. With the skirts up, he can kick up, you know, that high, kick back as far as he kind of wants. Nice deep knee bend, thigh swivel. He's got ankle tilts, as well as, something got caught a little bit. There we go. Forward and back rotation. So I'd say a little less articulation than your average deluxe, but he looks so good while articulating. Starscream, I think I appreciate Starscream's head sculpt a little less. And if we're comparing the two real quick, if we get them next to each other, doesn't it seem like Starscream has like a small head compared to Optimus Prime? It feels, I don't know, with those fins, it just feels a little small. Starscream's wings, unfortunately, prevent him from rotating his shoulder all the way around 360. He can go out 90 degrees. He does have bicep swivel. He doesn't have wrist swivel again, which is a disappointment. Due to transformation, he doesn't have waist swivel. If you get these wings out of the way, he can Van Damme. Kicks up so high, kicks back not quite so far. There is knee swivel as well as, thigh swivel as well as a knee joint. And he does have toe to ankle tilt. So both of these less, if posability is the major thing you need, both of these guys will kind of disappoint you. But if you like transformation, if you like unique vehicle modes, if you like interesting takes on existing characters, I think you could do worse than picking up this set. Hopefully you don't have to pay $60 for it. I think if there's extra stock and people are able to get it on sale, I had like a $10 coupon or something, so I was able to get mine for $50. $50 makes me really, really happy with the set. At $60, I still think it's like a unique piece of Transformers history that like hardcore fans would be very happy with, but I don't know that the average consumer would appreciate these toys as much. That is a look at Transformers Timelines, Hearts of Steel, Optimus Prime, and Starscream. Thanks everybody for watching. I'll catch you all in the next one. Bye.